Welcome back to the vlog and welcome back to another beautiful day here in Papua New Guinea. My name is Ryan and we're heading out to two different locations today, Sundeni and Moresby. So let's go ahead and get started and get on our way. Alright, igniter's on, fuel pump is on, get our fuel on, and low start, watching the NG come up over 14%, introduce my low idle. And then the full process takes around 12 seconds from when I introduce the fuel to where it finishes the start. And because it's the first start, only 570 this morning. I will have him disconnect our start cart because we are here in Goroka today. Generator on. Wait for him to move out of the way before I push the prop forward. Alternator on, aux bus, and there he goes. Fuel caps are good. I already checked my selectors, check our controls, we'll leave our TAWs on for this one. Going out at 9,000 today. Head over to my aux page for my weight, 6320, so rotate is going to be 59 and 69 if we have to come back in. Those are our switches, our instruments, all of our T's and P's, temperatures and pressures are all in the green. We already have our flaps, our trim set up. And they're both indicated at 20, verified. Trim and a board, like I said, trim is already done, and we'll do our board once we get up there. Cook Tower, good morning, November Tango Echo. Request taxi, Sundeni 1 POB. Alright, taxi right
November Tango Echo, monitor Ryan, taxi to runway 17 left, and backtrack. In line up, one light in V-boot, KNH 1022, temperature 20, time 15. And traffic circuit, MAL Cessna Caravan, airborne, on the left circuit off runway 17 right. Bravo Kilo Charlie Kawasaki helicopter is operating to the east of the field with a long line sling load, not above 8,000. And Alpha November Victor, focus of NTE Moresby Goroka via onboard, estimate at 21.
Morning, Roland, and copy traffic by 3, clear to backtrack and line up 17 left, 1022 November Tango Echo. So I wasn't sure if I was actually going to be able to do this flight today because it was forecasting it just to be full-on overcast.
November Victor.
Where I was going. Alright, if we're not 50 knots by our taxiway, full reverse, heavy braking, flaps up, cut off, pull off, and shut up if we're going off. After takeoff, we're going to pitch for 85, consider EPL, emergency power lever. Otherwise, feather it, cut off, pull off, shut off, 80 full flaps, emergencies, crack my door close to the ground in case the fuselage bends. Contact tower. Alright, trim and abort are done, igniters, inlet, light are all good.
Affirmative Tango Echo, and you copied Alpha November Victor?
Affirmative, thanks Brad, November Tango Echo.
Affirmative Tango Echo, 17 left, make the left turn, clear for takeoff.
Left takeoff, left turn, 17 left, November Tango Echo. Alright, 1330 for 1380, ignition, condition, flaps 20, fuel and harnesses. And checklist is complete. 1330, 1380, rotate 59. Alright.
And Alpha November Victor, spinning 9,000 feet.
Airspeed's alive, passing 50, continuing. There's 59, and rotate.
Over field for left circuit. November Tango Echo is airborne, will be on the left turn departing to the southeast. And Michael Falima is on a late downwind, will be landing 35 left.
Alpha November Victor, copy.
Alright, we're just going to pitch for around 7.5 degrees on our attitude indicator, which is going to give us really close to 85 knots, which is a really nice...
November Tango Echo is airborne, will be on the left turn, and alright, continue approach for the circuit's operations.
Mike Alpha Lima, copy, thank you. We'll continue approach.
Alright, we'll climb out at 85 knots, over 85. We'll start reducing our flaps. We're just out at 9,000 today. It looks like all the clouds are at 9,000, so I might jump up a little bit higher than that.
November Tango Echo 9,000, contact Moresby on primary VHF 120.7, secondary HF 6622 at 15 miles.
At 15 miles, 120.7 or 6622 November Tango Echo. Alright, go ahead and set up my autopilot and I'll show you exactly where we're going. It looks like actually 900,000 might actually work. They're a little bit lower than I was thinking now, so that's good. Great, we are the little blue airplane. We just departed Goroka. We're here in Papua New Guinea, right above Australia, if you're not familiar where that is. And today we are flying out to Sendini and then Narambi. So our track is going to be coming out here to the Marawaka Gap, come in, stop there, pick up, drop off some stuff, pick up some coffee potentially, jump over the mountain, over to Narambi, and then on back to Goroka. Alright, that little noise you heard just there is just letting me know that I have 200 feet more to go on my climb. So you can set that up in the GPS on where you actually want that to have like a auditory reminder. I have it at 200 feet and it reminds me to throw my autopilot if I want it to level me off. So, alright, it doesn't look like 9,000 is going to work. It looks like I'll just have to maneuver all around, blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to go up to 11,000 and then get in a minute altitude with Moresby. Moresby 120.7, November Tango Echo transfer.
November Tango Echo Moresby, good morning, go ahead.
Good morning, November Tango Echo 15 miles to the south, Goroka, amended 1000. Estimating Sendini, time 46.
November Tango Echo, confirmed it's amended 1000.
Affirm, 1000, November Tango Echo.
Further, once we know reported traffic, area QNH 1012, HF6622.
1012, HF6622, November Tango Echo. Alright, so I have my altimeter setting 1012 and also set that up on my standby even though it's a beautiful VFR day. I know for myself if I don't continually do something, then I'll forget to do it. So on a day that it might actually matter, I might forget to do it. So that's why I try to do that at all times, because I know how forgetful I am. Alright, as we're leveling off, I'm just going to let my airspeed start climbing back up to 130 knots indicated. Once that's there, I'll pull my power lever here back to 1,250 foot-pounds of torque. There we go. Then also, as I pull that back, I'm not going to need as much right rudder trim because I was in a climb and I had more power, so I have a little more P-factors happening. So as I pull the power back and I'm leveling off and I'm speeding up, I'm going to take a little bit of that right rudder pressure out by putting in a little bit of left rudder. So if you guys like this technical stuff regarding how to fly the Kodiak, or this would probably kind of even fall over into the Caravan as well, the Cessna Caravan, leave a comment below. Let me know that you do like it or not. I post a lot of these type of flights on my Patreon page, so if you are a sim flyer and you'd like to try out some of these routes here in Papua New Guinea, I put up charts and I put up like landing strip charts so you know what it's going to look like, the altitudes. I even sometimes will give weather, like if it's a particular flight, like I'm going out here to Sendini, I'll tell you, hey, at this, you know, it's going to be overcast or it's going to be broken like 7/8 overcast. So you could put that in, especially if you have the new Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, and really get in a really cool immersive scenario that you could fly out. So anyways, check out the link below if you are interested in checking out some of those flights. Right, so the elevation out there is going to be 5,500, but the actual touchdown zone is going to be 5,300, as you can see down here in the corner. And the touchdown slope is a 4.3%. So really kind of how the runway goes is it kind of goes a little bit of a hump, drops down, and then it kind of goes up and then steepens up to around a 7% slope. So like I said, there's a little hump, so I'm trying to land just past the crown of that. It's just past the windsock, so that you get kind of like, if you land before it, you'll land and then you'll just kind of shoot off again, and then you'll just have a really hard landing again on the little bottom part. So I want to just touch down just on the down slope, and you can get this really nice butteries landing. So that's my plan. Well, as you can see, there are just a ton of clouds today. I would say it's probably 7/8 broken to overcast. It's complete overcast in front of me, but every once in a while there will be a couple of holes here and there. I have a good weather report for the first place. The second place, I'm going to Narambi. We were not able to get a weather report. Looking on the satellite and everything else, on windy.com, we used the app. It was showing that it was the same weather as Sendini, and there was a couple other airplanes that just flew out in this area. They didn't think to look down there. So when I gave them a call, they were like, yeah, I already passed it. I didn't even think to look down there. So I'm hoping that this isn't all for nothing going out there. But again, places that we just don't have a good way to get a hold of them. They have an HF radio out there, but they weren't able to get a hold of them on the HF. And then Moresby didn't have cell coverage today. So yeah, hopefully, we'll see. Either way, I get to fly, so yeah. So while I'm still out here, I'm going to go ahead and set up my pattern altitude of 6,300. Start up my checklist, just so I'm not mucking around with all this stuff when I'm down around clouds, if there is a bunch down on there. So my TAWs, autopilot off, then I can turn off my TAWs, turn off Betty. We'll look at our landing weight. We'll be landing in probably about 8 minutes. 6,200 pounds, so we're going to go in between. So we're going to do 68 knots. So TAWs is done, VREF is done. We'll do our bypass now, or below 140. Turn our landing light on. All stations, Mariwaka Gap, Kodiak November Tango Echo, 10 miles to the north, left 1000 on descent for Centenny. Not looking awesome. But I'm going to come up here and then kind of just past that little hole so that I have a nice easy out and I'm not doing a full 180, and I don't want to get myself into the hole unless I have 100% way out.
Moresby, Kilo Sierra Tango, 120.7.
Alright, so the hole looks big enough for me to get in, but I want to make sure that I have a nice easy out before I get into it. So I'm going to come up around these clouds, that way I can look in, see, and have plenty of space to maneuver back out easily.
Copy ATC.
Alright, not going to work, not through there at least.
Enter at 9,000. Contact approach,
Alright, bring my power up, 720. We'll just climb out at 73 or VX just for a second to get up over these clouds. We'll hop over to the other side and see if there's potentially some holes on the other side, because there's a mountain range here, and a lot of times it'll be open on the other side. Alright, bring my torque, my ITT back to 720 and pitch for 73 knots.
Moresby 1207, Mike Alpha Juliet.
Mike Alpha Juliet. MAF plane is also coming right out here to Centenny right after me. They're probably just about 12 minutes behind me, maybe 15 at most. We'll just hug these clouds until we can get to a level where we can just hop on over there and hopefully find a hole to get back down. And then more than likely we'll probably just stay under that layer to get over to Moresby. Alright, I'm almost over top of Centenny now. I'm just kind of cresting the ridge right here, so I'm hoping that it's going to just drop off and break up directly over top. We will see. It's looking like it's clear underneath. There's a couple holes I can see down, but again, it's still just not quite enough for me to comfortably go down through there, because I don't really know what's down there. This hole looks potential, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here and then I can see all the way up in there and see if it's a big enough hole in. So I'm going to go ahead and push prop forward, slow down, start getting my flaps in. There, I see Mariwaka there, so there's plenty of room up there. 10 degrees of flaps. Yeah, this is actually looking pretty good here. All right, 20 degrees of flaps. We're going to go ahead and bring our torque all the way down to probably 270. Oh, I'm glad that it's open. All right, if we do need to go around, it's going to be power up. Short final. I'm not very heavy today. We'll go to the end of the runway. 20 degrees of flaps. Pitch for 73. Reset torque to 740 in the ITT and make a right-hand turn out. Yeah, and there is a lot of clouds in here. But, all right, full flaps. And let's get down in here quickly. We've got plenty of room to maneuver, do some 360s in here. Going down around 1,600 feet per minute. Moresby 120.7, November Tango Echo in this circuit, Sendini, report after landing.
November Tango Echo, Moresby 6.
Yeah, November Tango Echo in this circuit, Sendini, report after landing.
November Tango Echo.
Alright, the valley looks out that way really nice, so I should be able to get out that way, hopefully get around the corner and into Narambi. We've got one more loop around. I want to be 6,300 right over top of the field. Lose SAR here in a minute. Again, we're still full flaps. I've got 1,300 feet to go, so I'm going to go ahead and reduce to 20 degrees of flaps. 5,300. We'll be turning our base at 6,000 over here and turning final 5,800. Alright, looking at the windsock, looks good. The winds are coming this way and this way, all over the place. $500 feet more to go for our pattern altitude. Time I'll go ahead and do that. Prop and harness is complete. I'm going to fly out perpendicular to the field. We'll be landing our runway 28 today. And you on down to 6,000. So we want 68, 78, and 88. 88 on our downwind. A little bit slower than that right now. That's okay because there are some clouds. Might have to be a little bit closer of a circuit. Yes, it will. So, gotta drop on down. Flaps. Checklist complete as far as we can go. 78 here. We'll just hug this cloud. Turn final, 5,800. Alright, nearly a 180 for my final. Checklist complete. 7 knots off the left now. I got 600 feet on descent. We want 550. 2 knots fast. Still 5 knots off the left. There's 68.
500.
Run up on committed. Committed.
$500.
Draft. All right. Well, guys. This is Sendini, had some updrafts and downdrafts right at the last second. Anyways, I'm just going to be dropping off some cargo here, picking up some coffee, heading over to Narambi. So hopefully, if my batteries are still good, stay tuned. Welcome back. We're just going to be heading out of here, down the valley over to Narambi, just probably like 6 miles that way, but it's going to probably take 15 minutes to get there. So I've already got everything set up. So let's go ahead and start our checklist for takeoff. Fuel. Controls, pause, turned off. Switches and instruments already set up. We've got our trims set. Our flaps are set and indicated and also verified at 20. Alright, we're heavy today. We're going to be 35 knots by, there's a group of people and then there's 2 cones behind past it. So I'm not 35 knots at that point. Or airspeed indicated. A little trail across the runway, full reverse, heavy braking, flaps up, cut off, pull off, shut off if we're going off. To the right, just past the windsock. After takeoff, pitch for 85, consider EPL, consider feather, right hand turn, lower train, 80 full flaps, cut off, pull off, shut off, emergencies, make my mayday call on 88, or correction, 6622. Alright, ignition, inlet, and lights. slope, 1330. Alright, airspeed's alive, continuing. There's 45 continuing. There's 50, 60. Alright. Looks good out there. Alright. Looks like I'm just going to circle in this. For 73, get above it if I can. I don't really feel like going down underneath of it, because I'm not 100% sure of what it looks like around the corner. So, pitching for 73, trying to get over the top of these clouds right here. That's just going to be our best angled climb. Hook this side, give myself the most amount of room to maneuver if I need to do a 180 or anything. Coming out at 740 on the ITT. Looks really nice out there, it's nice and blue. Just going to continue at 73, the most altitude I can. Looks like I should be able to just about pop over these now, but I'm just going to continue climbing and hug that cloud right in front of me, right underneath of it as much as I can. So I can keep my ITT at the top of the green, 740 for 5 minutes. So I'm going to use that today to get as much altitude as I can, so I don't have to be mucking around all in those low clouds right there. Alright, now that we're well and clear over, the valley goes down this way. There's a ridge all the way right here. Planning on heading down that way, hoping I can get back underneath of it and back into the valley just around the corner over here. We're just going to pitch over 85, which we are now. I'm going to start reducing the flaps a little bit. Over 90 and continuing to climb on the airspeed. We'll go 0 degrees and bring our prop back to 2000 RPM. Alright, looking for any holes out that way. I don't see anything. And we'll bring our ITT back to 720 now. While I've got a second, I'm going to write my departure stuff down. Moresby 6622, November Tango Echo departure.
November Tango Echo Moresby, go ahead.
November Tango Echo departed. Sendini 45. We'll be tracking up to 10 miles left of track 300. Below 8,000, estimating Norambi or ops normal. Time 55.
Tango Echo below 8,000, 10 miles left of circle traffic.
I'm sorry, say again, last.
November Tango Echo, copy, departure details, no report traffic.
November Tango Echo. So, yeah, I'm just heading out. Andacombe is right down here. I've got another video out to Andacombe if you want to watch that. I'll see if I can throw it at the top. And link that. Let's be listening on all these. Alright, so I've got a little bit further up to go to see the valley, but my guess is the way this is this is the Gulf area, and it just leads right into this valley. So for the past week, there's been a storm way up by Japan or something that's just pulling all this cloud up here, and it just sucks it right in here, and then it just pushes it right up into Norambi's valley, which just makes getting up there really, really difficult. But it looks like there's a low layer, and then maybe like a higher layer on 8,000. I'm at 67 right now. I'm going to venture to say no. There's a lot of cloud up there, and it slowly climbs with the terrain. So if I'm already at 6,700 feet, pattern altitude is 4,800 feet at this place. So really, if I can't get to it at this altitude, I'm not going to be able to get to it, unfortunately. So it is right about up in there. So I'll go a little bit further. Sometimes, miraculously, there will be holes. so I need to go this way anyways back to Goroka, so let me just throw that in right now. Got a layer right above me, kind of scuzzy, so I really don't want to get myself too far up in there because I've got terrain on this side, terrain on this side, and yeah, I don't really want to be doing 180s close to terrain when there's also really close to clouds and a lot of them. Man, I hate to do it, but I'm going to have to call it. It's just slowly rising up, so that's just not a good sign for that. So let's do a 180 out of here, climb above this layer right above us, and head on back to Goroka. Come back out here another time. So sorry guys, you guys aren't able to see Narambi. I'm hoping that maybe in another video I can take you out there on my return flight with this fuel drum and pick up that passenger. So anyways, thank you guys for taking the time to watch this video. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, give me a thumbs up. If you like this kind of content, I put out videos twice a week, Wednesdays and Saturdays in the morning, at least stateside. So be sure to subscribe so you guys don't miss out, and hit that notification bell as well so you'll be notified whenever I do. So anyways guys, thank you again, and have a good one.